like this because I've been listening to you since 1988, and you are the one who we couldn't believe that our nation was under this kind of control. It's hard to believe. It's not in our DNA. We believe in capitalism, freedom of thought, respect for one another, and the last 5 years have truly shown us with our own eyes what this left party is all about, and it's the destruction and deception of all truth and the destruction of everything that we believe in. And it's hard to swallow, it's hard to believe, it's hard to understand, but honestly, because of you and your tenacity and your straightforwardness and the mayor of Reelville, you have walked us through the last 5 years in seeing that this is who they are, and we are not going to go away because we still believe in everything that Trump has represented for us. I believe he will continue to represent us with whatever capacity.
You're right. You're so right on the money, Teresa. I came along. You believed what you believed in 1988. I didn't talk you into anything. In 1988, you already knew what you believed. I came along, and you rejoiced. You said, finally, somebody on the radio, somebody in national media who thinks like I do. It wasn't somebody on the radio making you think things you've never thought of. And it's the same thing with Trump. Finally, somebody in the Republican Party sounded like you. There was someone running for office, running for president in the Republican Party who was an echo of you and millions like you. This the media has yet to figure out, and if they know it, they're in denial. The Democrat Party can't figure it out. They believe that they can destroy this bond that exists between you and Trump if they somehow make Trump look bad, make Trump look like a reprobate, embarrass you about Trump. They can't do it because you came before Trump. And the real question is, who's going to pick up the mantle from Trump? Who are people like you going to get behind? And they are scared to death of that. Look, I got a story here, Politico. Thank you very much, Teresa. I can't thank you enough. I really appreciate it. Trump's grip on GOP grassroots holds fast. Let me write a better headline for you, Politico. I mean, that's not a bad headline, but I got a better one. Grassroots support for Trump holds fast. Not Trump's grip on grassroots holds fast, but the grassroots support for Trump holds fast. You failed. In everything you've tried to do, you've tried to break the bond between Trump and his voters, and you've bombed out. You failed. Florida GOP leader, the Trump name in the Republican Party is stronger than it has ever been. You may not believe that. You may be paying attention to drive-by media. You think you're in the process of destroying Trump. Get your mind right. That isn't true, folks. Grassroots support for Trump holds fast, and it's going to hold fast until there's somebody else that these people can go to. And Trump wants it to be him, by the way. He doesn't want to go anywhere. Now, I'm up against it. I got to take a break. But I ran into a piece yesterday. In fact, two people sent me this piece. And I'm going to pull quote it for you. It's by Ben Domenech. He's written at a lot of places. He's written, I think, at The Federalist, and I think he's had some stuff on American Greatness. This particular piece is from a website called A Transom, and he's married to Meghan McCain. But it's a really good piece about who you are. It's a good piece about who the Trump supporters are after what happened on Wednesday. So I want to share this with you. You'll enjoy it. You can read it. We'll link to it at rushlimbaugh.com if you want to read the whole thing. I'm not going to have a chance to read the whole thing, even though if there's anybody who could and hold the audience during the reading of the whole thing, it'd be me. But we'll give you enough of it to whet your appetite to want to read the whole thing. In the meantime, just be patient. We'll be back and get started with that in a minute.
Rush Limbaugh pointing the way on the EIB network.
News Radio 610 at WIOD.com. With mortgage rates hitting a new historic low this year, you may be wondering if now is the time to take advantage of them, or if it makes sense to wait. That answer may vary depending on your financial situation, but for the majority of homeowners, now really is the time to refinance. We got Jonathan Payne with us from American Financing once again to explain.
Thanks, Larry, for having me back. The mortgage industry is seeing an incredible uptick in refinance applications. There are just so many people who can benefit from a lower rate, which of course means it can take longer to finance your loan. But please do not let that discourage you. No matter how long it takes, you really should consider refinancing your mortgage. Rates are in the low 3s and in some cases the 2s. With a rate like that, you can save hundreds of dollars a month, and you can save tens of thousands over the life of your loan.
Wow, Jonathan, those are incredibly low rates for sure. But is it that great of a deal if you just have to start your loan term all over again?
That's the best part, Larry. If you work with American Financing as your lender, you don't have to reset your loan term. You can secure a low interest rate and choose whatever term you need. It's all a part of our custom loan process, designing the perfect program to save you money and achieve your goals.
Thank you for that insight, Jonathan. Hey, folks, if you're interested in lowering your mortgage rate or adding hundreds back to your monthly budget, there's never been a better time to call American Financing. This is a family-owned company that really is in it for you. There are never any upfront fees to pay. There's never any obligation, and it could mean up to $1,000